Welcome back to Open Line. I'm here with Pat Nolan, our political analyst, talking about the governor's State of the State address and also the Democratic response tonight, which you saw right here on NewsChannel 5. One thing that we haven't touched on that the governor spent a significant amount of time on was talking about throwing money towards mental health initiatives across the state, but particularly under that education umbrella.
Yeah, I think he wanted to give. I think he said he was going to put $70 million as a part of his $600 million extra for education in order to give teachers the tools they need to deal with the situation where they know a child is having trouble learning or having other kind of issues, but they can't leave the whole class behind to try to deal with that particular student situation. This may give them the chance to have other places and personnel that can help deal with that problem. And it's an area that obviously I think people out there know that it is an issue that people need to
He said he wants to expand the capacity of our Department of Mental Health, growing school-based behavioral health liaison programs from 36 counties
to all 95.
To all 95. That is a significant
imagine right now we only have in 36 of 95 counties. If you're in the wrong county, you're just out of luck.
Right. And part of the way he's going to do that is the K-12 Mental Health Trust Fund. $250 million in one-time funds.
That's right.
And then he wants to turn to the private sector to help keep that fund growing.
And then also $70 million to help them with the other things in terms of literacy too, because they need tools in that area. And again, we talked about it earlier, because if you're not reading at grade level by the time you're in third grade, you get a real problem. And right now, only about a third of our third graders read at that level, and that's kind of frightening.
And I think he said by the time folks enter the 9th grade, only 1 out of 4 is reading on a high school level. Yeah. And just think of every class trying to keep up in every single class.
That's why if you don't make it by third grade, you just kind of keep going further and further behind.
So good news, and I think that both, Governor Lee proposing $600 million under the education umbrella and new dollars, Senator Yarbrough said on the Democratic side, that's great, but it's a small step.
He sees them as incremental steps. He wants giant steps, and the governor sees these as giant steps, and that's always a little bit of what goes on in politics. But that'll be part of the debate going on over the next couple of weeks and months up in the legislature. They'll come up with a budget. I don't think it'll vary too much from what we've got here right now, unless something else happens nationally or across the world that has an impact on the economy.
We only have 2 minutes left, but I think this is worth mentioning because it is big. Senator Yarbrough mentioned it. You mentioned a little bit earlier about what happens if the federal government says no to our block grant proposal. Well,
I think we probably stay with TennCare the way it is. The governor did talk about some expansions in TennCare tonight, particularly in the area of maternal care for mothers. I think it's going to expand dental care for them and also continue postpartum care beyond just a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I talked about doing a 3-year study where they would stay on it for 12 months after the birth of their baby.
I think that's going to be a pilot program for you. I think those are things that, but I don't. It's not going to be the end of TennCare. It'll be interesting to see. Right now, it's going to be difficult to know whether any other state, because I'm not aware of any other states that are really starting, and we've already gone through our planning process and submitted a plan. If the other states can do something real quickly, they can get it up there. Then, assuming the Trump administration stays there beyond the November election and next January, then maybe they can look at it. It would be difficult to me. It'll be interesting to see whether they can come up at all with anything on Tennessee between now and the election, just because Washington's Washington.
Exactly.
And we'll see what happens with the rest of them. But I don't think anybody needs to worry that TennCare is going to go away. Now, it still may not be as good as a lot of health advocates would like it to be. It certainly will not include the money of Obamacare, because Obamacare has always been a dirty word on the Hill because of where it came from and the president that supported it, and that's not going to change.
Yeah. Okay. We're going to take our final break. We will wrap things up in just a moment. Stay with us.